Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and with Kid Goku coming out to Global Dokkan very soon, I want to do a video going over whether you should summon on his banner or not. Now of course, this doesn't really compare to the 8th year anniversary ongoing on JP right now, but I do still think this is really hype, and he's a really insane unit. But of course there are a lot of things up and coming that I do think you should consider and just really think if you really do want to summon on this banner before you just spend all your stones. So right here, obviously, we can see the Kid Goku banner. Overall, it's not really the greatest banner, but there are some standout units, more specifically like the Kid Goku, the Android 8. Raditz obviously isn't that good, but he is still a 200% leader skill, and even in Super Battle Road, he can provide you with some use. Bojack isn't really that good. Videl, Videl's not really that good either. The Physical Beerus, he kind of sucks as well. And then the AGL Turles actually is pretty good, so more specifically, just these two units and then Raditz and Turles are the only real units you would want to pull. And of course, Raditz has many issues, and even the AGL Turles has some issues. So overall, not really the craziest banner. But if you do want to summon on it, I guess I can't really blame you because Kid Goku is still crazy. And it's a Dragon Ball Saga unit, and we never get buffs for that category. So of course, it's pretty cool we get to see a banner like this come out. But before we get into the other banners, I do got to state the obvious. The 8th year anniversary banners are insane. I know you're going to hear every YouTuber say, you got to save for 8th year anniversary. And they're kind of right. These banners are insane. Look at this. These banners are really, really good. So I just wanted to get this just out of the way now. Just tell you, you really should save for these banners. But I know you've probably heard it a lot, so I won't talk about it for too long. But yeah, these banners are crazy. You should save for them. But now getting on to the other stuff. Oh yeah, actually, wait, really quick. Global, we should be seeing the anniversary around July 8th. Last year, we got it around July 8th. And then the year before that, we got it around the 9th. So I would expect it around the 8th, 9th, maybe 10th, the latest. So around then is when we'll see the anniversary. But moving on to something else we have up and coming on Global is the Carnival LR STR Goku. Now, this guy is a really good unit, but his banner sucks. I mean, there's not really much else to it. Of course, he can get to some crazy offensive levels. He's got damage reduction. And he works really good with a lot of the top tier units, but his banner just is not good enough. I mean, at least with the Kid Goku banner, there's some good units here, and you have more of a chance of pulling the Kid Goku because obviously it's a smaller banner than this, because this is just, the banner is really big, and there's a lot of featured units, and everyone on here sucks, except for the STR Piccolo. And I guess maybe you could make a case for the AGL Gohan and Trunks being kind of good, but they have a lot of issues as well. So overall, if you're summoning on this banner, the only real good thing you're going to pull is the new unit. And then, I mean, there are some good unfeatured LRs, of course, but that's unfeatured, so I'm not really considering that. But it is still worthy to mention. You could get, I don't know, the physical Goku and Piccolo. You could get AGL Gold and Frieza, the Tech Goku and Gohan, which are for sure some really crazy units. But as far as the featured units are concerned, banner's horrible. So I do think we're going to be seeing this right after Kid Goku as well. I think this is the next thing we'll see, which, I mean, yeah, it's just not all that great. I don't know. It is a Carnival banner, though, so I mean, I don't know, maybe they'll switch it up. I guess that is another thing that I forgot to mention. Some of these banners might be a little different. I don't think Kid Goku's banner is going to be different at all. I think this is probably going to stay the exact same, just because we haven't seen any of these guys featured on a global banner anytime soon recently. So this is probably going to stay the same. This is going to stay the same. There's no way they would change this. And then, yeah, next we have the Bardock banner. Now this banner is, I don't know, it's really not that good, but the standout units are much better on the Bardock banner than the standout units compared to the Carnival LR STR Goku or the Kid Goku banner, because you have Bardock, who is really good, of course. I mean, he's, with his Scouter, he can get up to some really crazy offensive and defensive numbers. Tora is alright. Tora does not compare even close to Android 8, but I mean, Tora's still alright, I guess, if you have him in the right setup. Majin Vegeta, of course, is crazy. He's a really good unit. STR Vegeta is still really good for Super Battle Road. He gets those guaranteed crits, which now that enemies are starting to guard, and crits are becoming more and more useful and more important, this guy getting guaranteed crits is probably going to make him age really well. And then we have the Int Broly, who has aged for sure, but he still stacks and has some good damage reduction. So in the right setups, you could still probably take him in some difficult events, maybe just as long as he has type advantage. AGL Bardock sucks, but of course we could see an easy A with him soon. Actually, I think we could see an easy A with this guy really soon. I personally thought we were going to see it for the worldwide download celebration, but no, we didn't. We got the easy A for the STR cooler instead, which was still great, but this guy is, he's up and coming on an easy A for sure, and he could be insane. And then we have the Tech Transforming Frieza. Not really that good, I'm going to be honest with you. Just kind of aged out pretty quickly. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has some nice healing. He can get to some somewhat good levels of stats, but other than just raw stats, he doesn't have anything built in, so he's just not that great. But I would say this is one of the better banners on the list, but still not good. I mean, look, like, if you were going to really want to summon on Bardock, like, let's say you don't like Bardock, like, you don't really care, right? You just want to summon on this just because you want to summon on something. You could summon on this and possibly get a Tech First Form Frieza or an Imp Broly, and then that's it. Or you could summon on this, and, like, the worst thing you could get is probably in Evolution Blue Vegeta. Because the 5th year anniversary LRs are going to easy A. There's no way they don't. And then the Goku and Vegeta might easy A as well, actually. So, you know, if you pull them, then obviously they'd already have their easy A. Or we already know they would have their easy A up and coming. So then, I mean, they would just be better. And then this guy could easy A as well. So, I mean, this would be like the worst thing you could pull. And even if none of these guys easy A, this is the worst thing you could pull. And he will easy A eventually, because it's inevitable, and then just become insane. So the value on these banners are just so much better. I'm sorry, I know I said I wouldn't talk about it anymore, but I don't know, the YouTuber side came out of me. I gotta mention it. So yeah, here's the Bardock banner. Spent a little bit more time on that. I don't know why, but I don't recommend it, but I guess you could summon on it. And then we have the Yamcha banner. This probably is the best banner on the list, because Yamcha, of course, is really good. He has dodge built in. I think he can get up to, like, well, he has a 60% chance to dodge, and then he can build up an additional 30% that is calculated separately. So it doesn't stack on top of the 60% chance to dodge. But of course, you have the 60%, and then if that doesn't activate, you have another 30% chance to dodge. And then because he's intelligence, you've got the 10% chance, just because he has the built-in 5 dodge. So there's a lot of dodge going on with this guy. And that for sure is really good, because dodge is probably one of the most useful things in the game right now. And then the banner unit Yajirobe, probably one of the best banner units in the game right now. I don't know if he's better than the Android 8 or the STR Piccolo, but I would say he's at least, like, within the top 3 banner units. Obviously, those being the STR Piccolo, the Android 8, and this guy. I don't think there's anyone. There's no one I'm forgetting about, is there? Because banner units have been pretty crazy lately. The anniversary banner units, I don't really know how crazy they are yet. I don't think they're anything too insane. I haven't heard anything about them yet. But I do know Yajirobe can get to some crazy levels of defense, because of course he gets the 100% defense buff on Super. He starts healing HP. He also has a lot of dodge, and his support lasts for multiple turns. So that is extremely useful. Then you got their ROF Blues. Yeah, I mean, they're there. What do you want me to say? They're not insane, but maybe in the right scenario they can look alright. If you bring them in an event type advantage, I guess they'll be kind of useful. And then we have the Trunks. Look, as much as I love Trunks, this guy kind of sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. He just does. He just did not age that well. Not really his fault, just kind of how the meta shifted against him. AGL Captain Ginyu, still amazing. And then the physical Frieza. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that big of a fan of him right now, but I think we could get some major Universe Survival Saga buffs somewhat soon, because that's probably the next, like, really hype thing that Dokkan hasn't touched on in a while. So, of course, if they start doing more stuff with Universe Survival Saga, this guy might get a little bit of a better spot on that team. So overall, I would say between, like, Ginyu, the Yamcha, an amazing banner unit, and Yajirobe, for sure this banner is a little bit better than all the others. But I mean, you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. So yeah, I mean, overall, I really don't recommend you summon on this, but if you're a big Kid Goku fan, I don't want to take that away from you. Go balls deep on this banner if you want. I can't blame you. Because Kid Goku, again, really hype, in my opinion at least. I mean, people were talking about the Dragon Ball Saga being an anniversary theme, which that might be pushing it, But a lot of people actually thought that that was a good idea. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird for thinking that that's not hype enough. But I mean, still good hype celebration right here. Of course, Carnival LR STR Goku. Banner isn't really that good. His celebration is alright, I guess. But him himself is really good. Actually, he works really good with the 8th year anniversary LRs. So if you do manage to pull him, I guess you got some use for that. But then at that point, I mean, you might as well just save more stones for this. Because, I mean, you know, there's other partners. You don't have to have Carnival LR STR Goku to run with the 8th year anniversary LRs. And then Bardock, again, I mean, if you like Bardock, summon, but I'm not too crazy about this banner. And then same thing with Yamcha, just not the best banner, but you know, Yamcha's pretty cool. So yeah, that has pretty much been the video. Not really too much to talk about. I just wanted to go over all the up and coming banners, let you know that Kid Goku is coming out soon on Global, and this is going to be his banner. Now, once again, pretty much every bit banner I talked about in this video, if you really like the character, I don't want to take that away from you. You summon on them, but I'm just saying from a content creator perspective, I do think I should tell you that, you know, saving for these guys are kind of the way to go. But yeah, I mean, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you're saving for. I'm sure a lot of you are probably going to say the 8th year anniversary, but I know a lot of you are, you know, Super Saiyan Goku fans, Bardock fans, Yamcha fans. And let me know who you want to see get a Dokkan Festival in 2023, because I'm sure they're going to try and get to some, like, lower levels of hype Dokkan Fest, and I'd be curious what you guys are wanting to see. So, yeah, once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.